It's Tuesday, December 6th, and this is now on HNN.
He ended work and was just hanging out at this bus stop.
HPD searches for several suspects accused in a fatal Waikiki beating.
Hawaii National Guard members are activated as the Mauna Loa eruption continues.
Looking to book a dream vacation with little to no cost? I'm Elise Preston with a look at the rewards programs experts say have the best value.
It's really hard to look back on it now and go, what on earth happened?
All these stories plus the Royals brace for a Netflix bombshell. Details coming up on This Is Now. Good afternoon. Thanks for watching. This is now a breaking news update to get to. It's been a violent day on Oahu. We are tracking 2 fatal attacks.
That's right. First, Honolulu police are searching for at least 5 suspects after a man was killed in a beating in Waikiki overnight. Dylan Ancheta joins us live from the Digital Center with more. Dylan.
Yeah, guys, authorities said it happened around 2:45 this morning in an area fronting Kuhio Avenue near Seaside. Now, that's where about 5 men were seen allegedly beating the victim, who is believed to be 21 years old, according to HPD. Police said there were 2 scenes being investigated because the victim was able to get up and briefly get away from the suspects, but they chased after him. One scene was near a bus stop where the beating began, and another was in an alley where the man was found unresponsive. Now, Honolulu EMS said they found the man on the ground unresponsive with the wound to the left side of his chest. Police also later said they used a blunt force type weapon in the crime. He was taken to a hospital in critical condition where he later died. Police are still gathering details on the suspect and victim, but shared with us what they knew earlier this morning.
All we know is he's 21 years old and that he supposedly, reportedly works in Waikiki. He ended work and was just hanging out at this bus stop. That's all we know so far. That's still under investigation as well. All we have so far is there are 5 males, approximately 20 to 30 years old, appearing of local mix ethnicity. That's it.
At last check, the suspects remain at large and the murder investigation is ongoing. Any witnesses should call police. Now, we'll be updating the story as new information becomes available. For This Is Now, I'm Dylan Ancheta.
Thank you, Dylan. Meanwhile, Honolulu police are searching for a suspect after a Windward City shopping center security guard was fatally stabbed this morning. This incident happened near the 24-hour fitness on Kaneohe Bay Drive at around 5:40. HPD says the 77-year-old victim was sitting in his vehicle when a suspect approached him and stabbed him multiple times before fleeing the scene. Now, Honolulu EMS said the victim suffered stab wounds to his neck, chest, arms, and abdomen. Paramedics treated and transported him in critical condition to the hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. The suspect is described as a heavy-set Hispanic mixed man in his 50s. He was last seen wearing a black shirt with a hoodie, black pants, and a black hat.
We'll be sure to keep you updated on both those stories on your HNN digital platforms. Got to move on to the other big story we continue to follow here at HNN. You know that webcam we've been showing over and over again of the eruption at Fissure 3? Well, check it out today. This is a live image coming into our HNN digital center. You can't see much, can you? That's because the fog and the cloudy conditions are really taking over there. And if you look just ever so slightly in the center of the screen, you can see a little bit of pinkish glow, and that is, of course, Fissure 3. And we have even more updates to get to regarding the eruption. As the Mauna Loa eruption continues, officials say the lava flow continues to move at a slow pace.
Yeah, so these advance rates continue to slow, but there's no signs of the flow stopping at any in the immediate term because activity up at the vent on the northeast rift zone continues steadily, and we still see high rates of lava effusion into the upper lava channels in that region.
According to HVO's latest report, the lava flow is about 1.92 miles from DKI Highway or Saddle Road. It's moving at about 22 feet per hour.
Things continue to go well with the traffic hazard mitigation route. We're looking at some numbers from the weekend. Friday, we had about 2,981 people go through. Saturday was a big day. We had over 4,000 people go through. Sunday, about 3,700. Monday was about 2,902 people went through the route. We expect fewer people to go through today, one, because it's a weekday, and two, because we're expecting some weather. And with that, thunderstorms are expected, rain up on the saddle and down Kainoi Highway. So we ask people to drive with caution.
Check out this new aerial photograph of Fissure 3's lava flow front. This is where that spreading and slowing is taking place on that flat saddle area.
Capturing lava inside and building up this rather large pile that's then spreading out to the sides, right? So it's possible still that there's a more fluid core into that could break out, but I think it's pretty protected from the margin. So we haven't seen any of that behavior, any of that kind of surging behavior on the flat at all.
So that lava flow front has advanced about 10 miles. Now in this section, geologists observed several areas where lava overflowed from the channel, in one case due to a channel blockage downslope. In this view of the channel, those large bumps are standing waves in the lava. Channel velocities are up to 26 to 36 feet per second. And take a look at this, a telephoto image of spatter being thrown from Fissure 3. It has sustained fountain heights of about 140 feet, with burst reaching 230 feet. And the HVO is learning more about what kind of lava is emerging here.
What can potentially happen with time is that the lava can become more crystalline, and then that makes it more viscous. And so it's viscous and it's got a strength. So as it moves down the channel, it can actually couple with the channel walls and tear at them. So there's a lot more frictional resistance if this is a more viscous fluid going down that channel, and a lot more chance of channel failure because of that. So right now we're still dealing with very fluid lava. It does get more viscous and more crystalline as it moves down the channel because it's cooling. But if it starts coming out of the vent and is more crystalline, then it'll be a lot more viscous as it right from the start.
And if you like looking at lava images like this, we got something for you. Just head to your H&N digital platforms. We have hundreds of photos published right now that were submitted to us of this latest eruption. It's very cool stuff. Check it out. And that's about all you're going to get is photos from our gallery, at least right now, if you're looking for lava, because again, this is the live video feed coming in to the H&N Digital Center. I keep showing it. I know you can't see much, but I just want to give you an idea of just how much fog is up there and how cloudy the conditions are at this hour. Yes, even some thunderstorms are predicted in the forecast. So let's get your first alert from Guy Hoggy on the rest of the state as well.
You can see that big Kona low storm right to the west of Kauai, and it's sucking in Kona winds, but the more it moves away from us, the more the winds will twist to the east. And we're expecting that to happen by this afternoon. That easterly trading will hang on, and that big system is on the way out. And the stronger trade winds will fill in behind it. Tomorrow, the winds will be running 15 to 25 miles an hour, stronger on Thursday, 15 to 30. And those winds will hold firm until Sunday. So Sunday for the marathon, it's going to be a little bit windy. Now, here's what's happening on Kauai. Because they're closer to that big system, there's a chance that they'll get some showers today all the way through Thursday. Higher chance, actually, tomorrow and Thursday. And then for Maui County, they're farther away from that system, so they'll see drier conditions, slightly warmer temperatures, and the weekend is looking quite nice. So for West Hawaii, for the Kona side, they won't see a lot of rain, although the rain will likely stick around for the windward side of Hawaii Island, even through early next week.
All right, all eyes are on Georgia today as voters head to the polls to cast their ballots in the Senate runoff election between Democratic incumbent Raphael Warnock and Republican challenger Herschel Walker. Ivan Rodriguez joins us for more on this. Now, Ivan, what are elections officials there saying about how close this race is going to be?
Ashley, Georgia election officials are saying it's going to be very close, and we might not even know the winner on election night. Just to give you some context about the record early voter turnout that we've seen, we know that 1.8 million Georgians have voted so far, and election officials say about 300,000 people have been voting early every day last week. So really, this has just been ramping up, and like we mentioned, it might be either a long night tonight, or we might not even know the answer until tomorrow or the days ahead.
Now, Ivan, explain to our voters what's at stake here for both parties.
So right now we're dealing with a Democratic-controlled Senate. If Herschel Walker wins, they would tie 50-50. The Democrats would still be able to break a tie with Vice President Kamala Harris's tie-breaking vote. Now, if Senator Warnock is to win, they would gain an extra seat, go to 51 seats in the Senate, and that could mean also a lot for the Democrats as well. That could mean, for example, that they would have more seats in the committee. And that would allow them, for example, in the House Judiciary Committee, to pass President Joe Biden's nominations a lot faster. Right now, it's pretty close, and it's taking a little bit longer of a time to get some nominations through. So for Democrats, it means a huge amount to be able to win that seat as well. That's why you've also seen just so much emphasis and focus go on into this race.
Yeah, definitely a lot of eyes on this race. Now, let's talk about the money race. How much have been spent on ads?
Tens of millions of dollars have been spent, even just since November 9th. Now, new data shows that Democrats have spent $55 million to the GOP's $26 million on TV spots. Again, that's just since November 9th.
All right, Ivan Rodriguez joining us from Atlanta. We appreciate the time.
Airlines, hotels, credit cards, they all offer those loyalty rewards programs. But which one is the best? Elise Preston is unraveling your traveling today.
Whether you're looking for a flight or booking a room, Brian Kelly and Nikki Kelvin from The Points Guy tell CBS Mornings some brands have better loyalty programs than others. Among airlines, Delta earns the top spot for perks like the ability to use points on partner airlines, miles that never expire, and free ticket changes on most domestic flights.
Most airlines might give you a voucher when you wanted to cancel during the pandemic. Delta went a step further. In so many cases, they'd actually give you your money back.
Marriott Bonvoy is the top choice for hotel loyalty programs, and selection is a major reason why. The company offers 30 different brands with locations all over the world.
They have everything from the really fun, smaller brands to the big, swanky ones.
The Points Guy says people looking to earn travel rewards on their credit card should go with the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card. Users can earn extra points when paying for travel or dining, and there are extra protections.
Chase actually has flight delay and cancellation coverage. So as long as you use that Sapphire card to pay for your flight, even if the airline doesn't cover your hotel if you get stranded, your credit card will.
Brian Kelly says that could come in handy during the upcoming holiday travel rush, which is always unpredictable. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
Everyone has their favorite loyalty reward
That's
card.
a great perk.
Yeah, that sounds like it. I'm a United fan. I like their reward program, but a lot of people here like the Hawaiian Airlines. So, all right, let's talk about what the internet is talking about today. And those waiting for that new Harry and Meghan documentary, well, the wait is almost over.
Pain and suffering of women marrying into this institution, this feeding frenzy.
I realized they're never going to protect you.
I was terrified. I didn't want history to repeat itself.
Looking interesting there. Netflix released this new trailer for the docu-series. It is announced now that the first 3 episodes will air December 8th, or stream December 8th, I should say. The Duchess of Sussex has said that I should go back. The Duke of Sussex has said that there was a hierarchy, that the family, and mentioned they, quote, played dirty games of not only leaking stories to the press, but planting them. Whoa, that's juicy. And so the Duchess then said, they are never going to protect you. That's what she says in part of this documentary. So this is a series. It will also include commentary from their friends and family who have never before spoken publicly about what they have witnessed. Ooh, The last of 3 episodes will be on December 15th. So first one's December 8th, the last one's December 15th. So they're going to keep us waiting. There must be some sort of cliffhanger there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And you're more of a Royals fan than I am, but I definitely had like head to toe goosebumps.
Yeah, it looks I'm going to watch
trailer.
it. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. All right, let's see what else the web's talking about.
Yeah, Yeezy come, Yeezy go. That's the slogan of a tattoo removal company now offering free service to people who want their ink impressions of rapper Kanye West taken away. Of course, this is in the wake of the artist's recent anti-Semitic tirades, which led to him losing sponsorship deals with numerous brands. Now, the company made the announcement on Instagram a few weeks ago, and since then, 3 people have started the laser removal process. At least 10 more have booked consultations.
Okay.
Yeah. And to some food news, Philadelphia Cream Cheese is launching a plant-based version of its signature spread. The non-dairy version is now available at select grocery stores in the Southeast, and a wider rollout is planned for the summer. So the new variety is made with coconut oil, bean protein, and other ingredients, and it's designed to mimic the experience of traditional cream cheese.
I don't know, even the picture doesn't look entirely
Smooth,
like
yeah.
It's more ice creamy looking than the smooth Philadelphia cream cheese. But hey, I'll give it a shot. Maybe it tastes good. Why not? All right, our friends over at the Mothership Podcast have a really cool treat. They posted this last week. I wanted to play out a portion of this interview. It's with a local filmmaker. He's teamed up with the world famous boxer Manny Pacquiao for a new movie that raises awareness about Asian hate. I'm going to play out some of their conversation right now in your Good News Now.
These maras gonna break 'em down.
Chris Soriano, man, he is like Superman because he also wrote, produced, and directed this film, which showcases unity through the sport of boxing. We can't wait to learn more about it. Let's welcome Chris Soriano to the Mothership Podcast. Thanks for being here, Chris.
Welcome, Chris.
Hey, thanks so much. This is going to be fun. I appreciate you having me here on your show.
Yeah, Chris. Okay, so we're really curious to learn more about you. If you can tell everybody listening and watching right now, so tell us a little bit about yourself, your upbringing, and how you became inspired to do this particular film.
Yes, I'm a filmmaker, and I'm a pretty resourceful one because, I do the writing, the directing, the acting, And, I've always been fascinated with film. I've always loved, watching movies as a kid. So I said, one day in the future, maybe I get to direct or write. Well, the pandemic hit, so many things happened, and I took my first chance raising awareness of, this hate crime that I saw, and I turned that into a movie. And so that really, spearheaded me to where we are here today, just 2 years later, in my first movie, and now with Manny Pacquiao. So it's been a huge blessing.
So wait, where did you go to school? Did you study film and writing for film?
I didn't. I wish I did, but my family's very, conservative. They said, no, you can't do that. You're going to be a nurse. And I studied to be a nurse. So, I was a certified nursing assistant. I couldn't even get to the nursing, level. And then I said, this isn't for me. I never went to school for it, but I had a passion for it. And, when it's just burning in your heart, one day it'll connect you to it.
Gosh, it must have taken a lot of work to get to this point, right? And how did you get Manny Pacquiao's attention?
Oh, great question. It's a crazy story, but long story short, I went on Instagram. I DM'd him our trailer. I said, with your platform, everything you've done, we could really raise awareness of this movie. And he responded, and it was like, what? Out of the thousands of messages he gets, did I hit the Instagram lottery? I don't know, but, it really worked out. And we had conversations. He invited me to his house in LA. It felt like going into my family's house. It was like I smelled the adobo, the lumpia, all the good food. And, it was like hanging out with my cousin. We sat down and we just, talked about this mission of this movie.
It sounds like it's a passion that you both share then, this awareness. I mean, it was very concerning. Of course, we're here in Hawaii. I don't know, guys, Noli and Brooke, would you say that we I don't want to say that we're immune to it, but you know what I'm saying, guys?
I think we have a different take on it here in Hawaii, just because we are a land of, a melting pot, and most of the people who are from here or came here are from the plantation days, which were a lot of the Chinese, the Japanese, and the Filipinos. So it's like different, yeah, Brooke? Like vibes.
Yeah, I for sure think that we're super fortunate to be maybe not immune, but like more insulated, I think, than a lot of places because of our upbringing and because it's so diverse here. And like my kids have 11 different ethnicities, right? That's just like how you make fun of that, right? So I just think we're super fortunate here. So but we're not immune, but we're insulated. So I think it's good to talk about this too, because I want our kids and people growing up here to be aware of it and make sure that we understand the issues and know it's real, right?
Yeah, I mean, but we might not see it every day here, but we're definitely aware of it because I think we have family members, on the mainland or in California, like where you're based. Chris, you're in San Diego. Is that where you are?
Yes, I'm in San Diego now, but when we created this film, I was in LA. And so there was a lot of like hate crimes happening there and in New York, who my co-star Miguel, who plays my coach, tall, buff guy. And he's like telling me what's happening out there. So for us, I'm Asian American, he's, Black American. That unity together on camera is just, it was a pretty cool vision.
Don't miss the Mothership Podcast. Find it wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Hawaii News Now.
So we have another cute story. Ever dreamed of conducting an orchestra? Well, neither did a New York City man who won the chance in a raffle. Now his over-the-top performance has gone viral. Here's Jeannie Moose.
It was conduct you don't usually see from a conductor. Tim Schultes took the New York-based Chelsea Symphony on a wild sleigh ride. Tim is a teacher, not a conductor. He only got to lead the orchestra because he won a raffle.
It was like a Carol Burnett episode. I was like, how can I make them laugh?
Maybe by wagging your butt while wearing a kilt?
Tim was totally uninhibited. He was totally the music.
Artistic director Matthew Aubin was playing the French horn.
I actually had to look away from him a lot because he was making me laugh.
Tim kept looking back at the audience. The musicians already knew the song. You think they were ignoring you completely?
Yes.
My favorite move of his was when he put the baton up in the air and kind of twirled it around like a lasso.
Instead of dignified drama, Tim opted to whoop it up like Whoopi in Sister Act. Tim was once a Broadway dancer. His conducting stint got rave reviews. He slayed that. He killed that.
That was what got me going, was that trombone in the back. He was going nuts.
And when it was over, he did what all good conductors do, gave the orchestra their due. In this case, the music went to the maestro's head. Jeannie Moose, CNN, New York.
Do you think it was cold in there? Why is he wearing
the kilt? Was a great choice.
Yeah,
it made it. Yeah.
Yeah, he had the coat on though too. All right, guys, that's going to do it for This Is Now. Ashley's back first at 4 on KHNL for all the updates throughout the afternoon, and keep checking those HNN digital platforms. Have a good one.
See ya.